So I've been enjoying the Young Electric 2 e-bike bike hitch that goes in my 2-inch receiver so much that the rest of the family wants to join. So now what? I needed to upgrade to a 3 bike so we can take the entire family. Today we are going to be looking at their 250-pound alloy aluminum bike rack. This will hold up to 250 pounds for the 3 bikes, which should be plenty enough in my experiences. It'll support a wheelbase up to 50 inches and 5-inch wide tires. It is foldable with a tilt to 90 degrees. That way you can still have access to your trunk. And it does include a cool little ramp. So those heavy e-bikes, you can ramp it up the side for ease of access. You don't have to lift it on or off anymore. I'm about to get this bike rack built up, but this is how it comes. And stay tuned, we'll get it on the back of my car. So one of the things I love about the Young Electric bike racks is the packaging. The box arrived without a dent on it, and just the packaging for the space alone. Look how secure that keeps that rack. This thing, I lifted this up from the front door once it was delivered, and you couldn't hear any rattling. What we're going to do now is we have the instructions for the build-up, and we will open this box and lay out all the pieces, and then that way we can ensure that we have all the correct pieces and we don't have to be searching in the box. So I am now on step 2 for putting the bike tire trays together, and something that I found useful when I've been putting together racks is using the box lid upside down and then putting the corresponding numbers on what I need. So easily when I'm putting this bike tray together, I know that I need 4 number 11 bolts, washers, screws. So I can quickly grab here. Here's my 11 pile, and we're good to go. Takes the guesswork out of the installation. So what's great about this rack is it fits 2-inch receivers perfectly. What I did was I built it up in my garage before I tightened all the bolts, so we'll see how everything gets tightened up while it's on the car. So what's great about this design is it has a threaded bolt that goes through the hitch receiver, slowing people down. So all you have to do is line that up, feed that through to the threads. You might have to come out or in, and then it's threaded through and it'll stay in place with a cotter pin. My 15 by 16 inch wrench will do the trick. Another great feature is this added clamp down. So you put this over top the receiver, clamp it down, and it gives you that security. It won't bounce. This is on pretty snug right now with that locking bolt that goes through with the cotter pin, but just to ensure that there is zero movement or bouncing with your expensive bikes on top. So since I finger tightened these up, I built this up in my garage before it went on the rack, I will be using a 16 millimeter to tighten down the wheel trays, and I also have a 18 millimeter which will be securing these pivot arms, which will hold the frame seat post in place. What I do want to talk about is how secure everything is. So this one comes with 2 large washers on each side for that pivoting arm that'll keep your seat post in check. It also has this locking nut over top before you put the bolt through. This is craftsmanship at its finest. I have not seen attention to detail on a bike rack ever. I've got 4 of them in my garage right now, and kudos to you, outfitter, using that Young Electric bike rack. This thing is going to hold up and last you many, many years. So now, like I said, we are going to tighten all of these up, and we will get back into the rack functionality and some features once I get everything tightened to spec. Stay tuned. So here we are now. We're about to load 3 bikes onto this rack, and we are going to use that ramp, that built-in ramp, to get them all on. Make sure that you put that pin back in. You don't forget about it. Bring these arms up. And then to get the ramp off, it's another pin and pull. Ramp comes out, it's got 2 hooks, and we'll just run it up and over. So the first bike we're going to mount is my 29-inch dual suspension mountain bike. The rails do have a lip on them, so you don't have to worry about your bike falling off no matter how heavy it is. into that front wheel tray, and I'll let that rest there. You'll want to bring these padded straps over, secure that front wheel. You'll notice it's into the tray and it dips down to keep it secure. This back wheel chock, what we want to do is flip up the locking mechanism and bring it so it touches that rear tire, and then we'll press that down and lock it back into place. Same thing with this ratchet strap. You'll want to secure this. Make sure you're going the correct way to lock it in. And this middle post, we will mount this to my top tube. It's fully padded, so you don't have to worry about scratches. Easily adjustable with that knob. And then under, over, pull tight, and now it's secure. That bike is not going anywhere. Next bike we're going to do, we'll take that ramp off, mount it onto that middle one. We will use my wife's mountain bike. Roll it up and over, have it into that front wheel tray, and then secure that front wheel. Pull down to secure, and this rear chock, flip up that locking pin, bring it back so it touches the tire, and then we'll lock that back into place right there. And then this strap will come up and over, same as the other. I've mentioned this before, but this bike rack will hold 250 pounds. This center, this third contact point, just needs to come up a little bit. There we go. And then run this through, ratchet it down, and this is not going anywhere. So we have our third bike, take that tray out. We'll have this contact point come up, drop it on, and then we'll use a extra large gravel bike. This gravel bike does have carbon wheels on it, and with the padding, I have no concerns that it's not going to scratch, and it's going to be very secure. So this rear chock needs to come up just a bit to secure that tire, lock it in. Front mounting, up and over, and ratchet it down. Have that padding on that expensive carbon rim, so I don't have to worry about that. Same thing for the back. Through the spokes. Lock it in, and this third contact point will be on the frame. It does swivel 360 degrees. So just because of the height of this, we might have to do it on that seat stay post. Bring it down a bit. Perfect. So you'll notice that I ended up mounting this to 3 different parts on each bike, whatever is most secure and whatever is the best fit. That's on. This is not going anywhere. Remove that back ramp. Put it back in for next time or unloading. Put the pin through. And it's now secure. We are good to ride. So now we are headed to the trail with 3 bikes securely mounted on this rack. You'd probably be hard pressed to find 3 e-bikes that weigh 250 pounds combined. And with those 3 contact points, the front wheel, the back wheel, and that third contact point either on the seat post stay, the top tube, they're not budging, they're not moving at all. They are not going anywhere. That's very reassuring to know with the amount of money on the back right now that these are solid. So although this is a 3-bike bike rack, we only need 2 bikes on it today. My daughter and I are going to go out for a mountain bike ride. This is neat. If you have an e-bike or a full suspension bike like I have that's a little bit heavier and you don't want to lift it up, there's a detachable ramp. We'll get into that. But to lower the rack, pull out the cotter pin, and the pin, it'll come down just like that. Make sure you replace the pin so you don't forget about it. And we are going to load my daughter's bike on first. So these wheel trays, this bike is a 20-inch kids bike, which fits nicely into the front tray. And these rear wheel chocks, what you want to do is have that rear tire sit up against it here. With a click up, you can fully adjust this, and a click down. So now that that tire's in the front tray, we'll place this here, move this chock back, lock it in. So now we can take these ratchet straps. They do have a nice thick rubber padding on them, so you don't have to worry about scratching your wheels. Make sure they go into the channel and tighten down. This front one, exactly the same. We'll put it through. And these rubber mounts on these straps are fully adjustable, and you can move them to fit the need of the wheel. So now that's locked in. These arms will be the third mounting point to the bike. Quick turn, and you can adjust them up and down. You can mount it to the seat post, which I'm going to do on this bike. You can do it on the top tube, whatever makes the most stability and the most sense for you. So I will need to have this come down just a little bit. We have that on the seat. Tighten that back up. And the padding on this contact point is super thick and soft, so you don't have to worry about scratching your bike. So now we have the seat post in. Look how secure that is. I got my car wobbling because of it. Now with the heavier bike, we'll use this ramp tray. Push that down. We'll bring this up. And it's the same thing. It's got a little pin on it. We'll open this up. Pull it out, just like that. There are 2 little hooks on it. All you do is have it hang off to the side. Now I'll get my larger bike, and we will just roll it up that ramp. These are 2.5-inch wide tires, and since the ramp has a lip on it, I don't have to worry about it falling off the side. It'll fit into that tray. These are 29-inch round tires, 2.5 inches thick. Same thing, we'll put this ratchet strap in with the rubber protecting that wheel. Bring it down. Same thing with the back. You can adjust that area. Wheels on, tire chuck goes against it. And then we will push this for the rear wheel ratchet strap and cinch it down. For this middle post, I don't have enough height because this is an extra large bike to get it on the seat post. So we will make sure that it goes on the frame, the top tube. So that's pretty good there. Wrap that around with that protectant. And then we will put this through the ratchet strap. Pull it in tight, and that's solid as well. Don't forget that you have your ramp. All you do is reinsert it into the end. Lock it on. So we are good to ride. Let's see how bumpy and steady they are on the road. So now in order for us to remove these for our bike ride, you just take off that third contact point that's on the frame or the seat post. And then all we do is undo that ratchet with a quick press on the back wheel. We'll do the exact same thing. And we are now ready to ride. So we just got back from a bike ride. We were on the highway. We hit some high speeds. Went on some dirt road, and these bikes were solid. The great addition is this ramp, 1-pin pull, hook it on all three. You're able to get those heavy bikes up. We do have that pivoting third contact point, which is super easy. Just unscrew it here, move this out. You can have it up on the seat post. This one's a little too high because it's a huge bike, but it's as easy as cinching this down. That's on, and we do have the same for the front and rear. Oh, look at that third one that's not being used. These bike channels are amazing. They're huge. They're angled down so your bike tire fits in snug. It will drop below to keep it safe. So taking a look, your rear wheel will sit up against this. If you have to adjust this, it's as easy as flipping up and sliding it along the tray, having that wheel sit here, lock it in, and then you want to strap it down. All in all, it does have a threaded locking bolt. We looked at that, but this is solid. This is one of the best built bike racks I've used in a while, especially with some e-bike heavy weight on it. It will hold up to 250 pounds. Check them out. Thanks for watching.